Disclaimer, this is meant for people above the age of 18. There are innuendos and references that people under the age of 18 may not see as appropriate. Parents, please guide your children's eyes away from the screen. It looks terrible.
No one can see it.
Well, I can see it, and I'm looking at it. I have a ketchup stain on my pants, everyone. For all of you that can't see it, it's really distracting to me.
Haven't you guys missed us so much?
This is the ketchup stain. Said ketchup stain is right there.
So we're back, and we're still weird.
Yeesh.
Welcome back to From Salem with Love. I'm Anna Campos. I own Circle of Stitches in Salem, Massachusetts. And I'm here with this wonderful, wonderful person who's my best friend.
Hi. It's me, Jacob Anaya. Fiber Dreams by Jacob on Instagram and TikTok. And wherever it can be. Anyways.
So obviously we've been gone for a little while and folks have been asking if we were going to start back up. And so here we are. We didn't really mean to take a break, but life does what life does. And, we're glad to be back.
Yeesh.
And, so I guess we'll dive right into it because it's been a long time and there's a lot to share. There's been lots going on and there's no way we can fit it all in. So we'll do our best. The first thing that I want to let you folks know about, because we're going to dive right into what's going on here, next week we have the Totally 90s Nostalgia Tour trunk show happening here at the shop on June 1st from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it's an in-person event, and it's featuring Emily O'Brien from Kitty with a Cupcake and Kemper from Junk Yarn. And if you don't know Emily, she is a fellow fiber witch, and she makes a lot of really cute enamel pins and stickers and progress keepers and notions, and she makes the little elemental progress keepers that we have at the shop that we've shown before. So that wants to represent the element of water. You have the little pentacle representing the 4 elements, and Ghost Kitty. I love Ghost Kitty. Remember Ghost Kitty? Yeah, so this is Emily's work. Looks like I got one twice. I'm just gonna get this adorable little video game style mushroom. And that's air. It's a little cloud with a rainbow. And so she will be here, and Kemper from Junk Yarn will be here. Kemper is a yarn dyer with beautiful yarns, and she's going to be featuring her witches stocking kits when she comes, which is yarn that is hand dyed in some witchy colors, made to do some mini striping. And her other thing is that she has hand-dyed cotton that she's bringing, and there's very few indie dyers that do cotton, so that's going to be really exciting. So make sure that you tune in for that. That's a face. And if you're not local, all of the trunk show stuff will also be happening online, so you can participate wherever you are. So tell me about your face.
Well, it's my face. I was born with it. I'm quite accustomed to looking at it. Anyways, so, the face was because I'm debating making that sweater that's out of the cotton yarns, and if it's hand-dyed cotton yarn, I don't know if I should wait or not.
Well, it's literally next week.
It is next week.
But I think that her cottons are fingering weight, and the cotton that you're about to talk about is a worsted weight. So why don't you...
No, I have a pool party that I have to go to, and it looks like it's a relatively quick knit that I could knit in 2 days.
You have a pool party to go to?
Yeah, but it's a pool party. And, pool party bring up all types of body image issues, but that's all right. We're going to go with this.
Okay, so what's the pattern that you're thinking of making?
Sorry.
I know, we're a little rusty.
We're very rusty at this, but it's okay. We'll deal. So, it is... Weird name. Please don't look at my actual holes, but the pattern's name is Look at My Holes, because that's weird if you were to look at my holes. Just saying. But it is in... Hold on. Drop picture here for the holes that you're supposed to be looking at. There. But it is supposed to be in a cotton, type of yarn.
Yeah.
The pattern is by James Watts, and he recommends doing a cotton mix sometimes, but we got cottons here at the store.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of there not being a lot of hand-dyed cottons, we actually got the brand new Malabrigo Verano, which is a 100% Pima cotton, which is nice and strong, really soft, and has a nice sheen, and it's hand dyes. And so it's mostly tonal colorways.
this one's called Hibiscus. Makes me want to go to Jaho real bad. Get a tea. He's so pretty. And then we're gonna go over all the colors. Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can see the tonals in there.
It's so weird the associations that you make, like just growing up in this area versus like what other people might think Green Bay is. Because I would not think Green Bay when I look at this. I would think really ugly yellow with cheese hats and green.
What's a cheese hat? You mean like the ones that are shaped like a cheese?
Yeah, like the football team that I was forced to
Oh,
watch.
like the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah,
Oh,
like that I was forced to watch when I was younger.
yeah, see, I didn't grow up with that, so that went right over my head. So I'm like, what are
Exactly.
you
So
talking
I
about?
would think more of like these color combinations, maybe a little darker.
Okay, but how amazing is this, like, gold orange? Look at
It's
that.
very pretty.
Yeah, like look at the tonals in there. So this color is Sunspot.
And this one is vegetable green. And then
Oh, phthalo blue.
that one.
I only know that because that's a common pigment color in like oil painting. Otherwise, I would not know how to say
I would have
that.
gone hollow blue.
So what color do you think you're going to do it in? I mean, I think it has to be one of these two. Really?
I was thinking this one.
Since when do you not like bright?
I do like bright, but I was thinking this one.
Well, but if you're concerned about body issues, this will blind people that are looking at you.
Facts.
This is amazing. Look how bright these colors are.
Like, are you judging my body? You will be blinded. Now.
I think you should do it.
I think so too. And probably will still wear a tank top underneath it, but
Man, pool party. I haven't been invited to a pool party since I was like 12, I think. I'm kind of jealous right now.
well, I will give you all my invites.
I'll go to the pool.
I will stand awkwardly in the corner at the pool party.
We can stand together. I'll come with you.
Randomly. Listen to some angsty type of music and just look like we're summoning something. It'll be great.
Oh my god. So I was at a Coda the other night walking out and they had a poster for emo night. And that just, I don't like seeing that, just so many emotions, so many 90s flashbacks. And, and like the fact that emo's like now a throwback. It's just, there's a lot happening in my head right now.
Ooh, that was also on Queer Eye. It's randomly not even on the topic. But now I'm like super inspired to make like a crochet button-up shirt. Randomly, because your boo, Anthony, had one on, and then they went to the store and there was like a little one with tiny itty bitty granny squares, and now I want to pause it, take a picture, and redesign it and make it for myself.
You should, and you can use the new cotton.
Plug.
All right, I need to catch up on Queer Eye. I'm behind.
You're very. I can't even go over that because then I look like an asshole if I tell you the other thing I noticed.
Yeah, no, okay, wait for me to watch it first.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you can watch it with me and you can comment in real time.
Okay.
Let's do it. Sweet. All
Certain
right.
episode. There's a certain wrist accessory that made me lose my mind.
Okay. All right, no spoilers. All right, so the next thing that I want to tell everyone about, we actually, and it's too bad we didn't get to record again before then, but we actually had our yarn crawl again for the first time since 2019 this year. And it was amazing. It was so great to see everyone. So that happened in March. And so I designed a shawl for the yarn crawl. So I've had, 2 designs come out this year so far. And so this is Diamond Dust. So it's a shawl. And it's actually a really good summer shawl, even though it's knit in Malabrigo sock, because you can see it's knitted in that boomerang shape on the bias. And so when you put it on, because it has that boomerang shape, you have less bulk here, so it's not as warm. And this is 3 skeins of Malabrigo sock. I used Pearl, Lotus, and Sabiduria. But to make it really easy for anyone who wants to make one, we actually have kits. Yay! So we have kits in the original colors. like right here, and we have some other colorways. So if you want to make it, I'm gonna try and make it easy for you.
Can I shade my mom? Don't do what my mom did and try to make it 3 years ago and then have it in a bucket.
Oh, the old yarn crawl design from 2019.
One rain
Yeah.
falls.
Yep.
Every single time I go to visit her, can you finish this for me? Mom, if I finish it for you, you're not going to have the learning experience. Thank you, algebra. Sorry.
Yeah, so I like how you're refusing to knit her the shawl, but you've like since gone on to knit her a sweater. But you know, whatever. You do you, boo.
It's currently in a plastic bag, and I put it down because it was hurting my hands.
So what are you knitting instead?
I'm knitting the Weekender. So, y'all don't judge me, but I started it last Thursday.
That's such a good color.
And here's where I'm at.
So, okay.
So I'll flip it inside out because
Yeah, so this is the
technically-
Weekender by Andrew Mowry.
Oh, it smells like gum because I have gum in my bag.
So this is the Weekender by Andrew Mowry, and I guess we should pop in a photo. And one thing to know about this sweater is that it is worked inside out because it's reverse stockinette, so she just has you knit it inside out. So that's why that looked like that at first. And you're using Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, right? Sap. I love this color. And yeah,
Too
you're
bad you
going
can't
really
find
fast.
it anymore.
I was thinking that, right? It's been discontinued.
It's discontinued.
Aw.
But they do have a tones color that I think is close. I don't know if we have it,
Yeah.
but I think that I haven't seen it in person, so
Yeah.
I could say it looks close and it looks absolutely nothing like it.
Yeah, but you know what? The deeper greens would be pretty too. Like Artifact and Bird Book would be really pretty.
That was the original brand of yarn that she used.
Yes, she did. Yeah.
With it, and then they had the Cal that just ended,
Yeah.
which is probably all the pictures on Instagram. Is probably what I was like, hey, I have yarn, I might as well try it.
I mean, I love mine. You know, I made mine in Rios a few years ago.
But I have to adjust it because I don't have tiny little arms, so I've got to make the armhole a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but it's really easy to adjust though because it's bottom up and then
You
drop sleeve, so that makes it easy to combine.
You can also pin it together to make sure that it's not, and just adjust.
Yeah. Love it. All right. The other thing that I'm going to share today is the other shawl I've designed this year. And so this is in a DK weight. And this is called Shifting Sands.
Oh, hold on.
And it was a design in honor of my dad and our memories at the beach. And so this is done in 3 colors of DK weight. And I picked this yarn for a few reasons. This yarn actually comes from Spain, and my dad got to live in Spain, and it was one of his favorite places. But this company is a company that I'm really excited to have at the store. It's called Wool Dreamers. And Wool Dreamers was started in 2020 by a guy called Ramon in Spain. And he, right? Yeah, I know, that's why I picked this one. He wanted to sort of revive a bit of the Spanish merino traditions. Merino sheep were originally from Spain, and they didn't used to export them, and now they do, obviously. So a lot of the merino farms are really just focusing on meat production, and so the wool was not really being, utilized. And
Sorry, the
so,
base was the meat production part of it, but that's not a judgment. That's just a base of sadness.
but and so there were all these like old ranches that were producing merino sheep, and the wool wasn't being used, and so this line right here is called Dehesa de Barrera, and it was their first line, and it is heritage merino sheep, and it's non-superwash, so it's got really beautiful teeth, and there's someone at the door looking at us, and I'm pretending not to notice, and so it's a really, really beautiful blocking the door. So it's a really beautiful yarn, but this flock specifically, so the Dehesa de Barrera is the name of the ranch, but this is a flock that was started 200 years ago by monks and is still being maintained to this day. And so it's really just beautiful, beautiful yarn, and it's super squishy, and it's got good wool fumes.
Wool fumes. Wool.
What? Just me? I like to huff the wool fumes.
Okay.
Smell.
That might be just you, but that's okay.
It smells like wool. What do you
Just
mean?
smells like vinegar.
That's true. Yeah, so this is a really beautiful, beautiful yarn. And this is their Verde Gordalilla. So that's their super bright green. And I'm super excited about it. And again, this pattern is Shifting Sands. And Anne-Marie test knit it for me, and I'm sure she'll be watching this episode. So, hey, Anne-Marie. And Annie test knit it too. And so did Tessa. So, hello, everyone. Yeah. So, what else do you have to share for today?
I have a book. Ooh, sorry. If there's any weird angles going on from the awkward twist that I was just doing. I had Knitting the National Parks. I actually have to probably look through it too. But we just got this one in. I haven't seen the pattern yet.
Yeah, we're excited to finally get our hands on this because it's actually been kind of hard to get, but a lot of folks have been excited about the patterns in the book, so we figured we should get our own copies. And you might have noticed that our yarn wall does not have any yarn right now because we're going into summer and tourist season.
Ooh.
And so these are worsted weight hats inspired by 63 national parks, and it is arranged by geography. So we've got Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, Intermountain, Pacific West, Alaska.
Okay,
And so here in the Northeast, we have Acadia, New River Gorge, and Shenandoah. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
I'm pretty sure the way that I know how to pronounce it is probably incorrect, so.
I mean, I've got nothing to base it on.
That's been how they put the texture in with it.
Yeah, so...
There's no color work chart on this. But, I mean, that's how they put, like, the texture for the sand dunes, but they used cabling to do the texture. That's kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun. And also, I know there's a lot of folks who stop here over the summer who are actually traveling their RV across the country and knitting. And so if you're the kind of person who does that, this is a fun book to do along the way. And look at these guys.
Plus, it's hats. Like, you can knit a hat in a couple of days if you wanted.
Right?
So every time you go to a new park, you just knit a new hat.
Yeah.
Your RV and...
So that's that.
And other news, I decided that the houses in Oregon are really cute and I might want to move there at one point in my life.
What? You're not allowed to leave me.
Well,
No.
if you can make a house that looks as cute as the ones that are bungalowy in Oregon.
I can. I used to be an architect.
Okay, well then make me a house that looks
Fine.
like the cute ones. I'll send you some pictures and you drop just the same.
Fine. You buy a plot of land and I'll get working on it.
Okay.
Sweet. Glad we resolved that.
Good. So apparently I'm
I
not
don't know
leaving.
what that was. I'm not a person who snaps her fingers and goes, but I
How
just
she
did.
tried. It's the energy that we put forth.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because someone had come in here being, saying that she had missed the podcast and, she's like, oh, I love you two's energy. And I was like, we really are just like this in person.
True. If you get the random time that we're both in the store together, you will also witness this craziness in real life. We'll charge admission.
We should.
We should.
So I recently finished this guy. I'm trying to knit some cute little baby samples. Oh, so this is the Cabriolet sweater by, I had it posted in here. Oh God.
By Volkswagen? It's by Volkswagen.
By
And it's a convertible.
Lisa, and I don't know how to pronounce this last name. Chemery, Chemery. I'll definitely put it in the show notes. But this is the 3-month size, and this is one skein of Malabrigo Rios in the Valentina color, which is a really, really soft pink. And the construction on this is actually really clever because obviously you can see that, it's a raglan, but like the tops, like the fronts are like this. And that's because she has you knit the raglan without a front. And so you're just knitting like the back piece and the sleeve caps, and then you actually pick up stitches along here and knit down. And that's how you get that shape. So it's very cute. Very clever. And
I have yet to knit any baby anything. Well, no.
Well, so at some point, at the end of last year, I think, Annie and I ordered a bunch of little tiny baby hangers, and I was like, I'm going to knit all these adorable baby samples and hang them throughout. And then I didn't, so now I'm trying to actually do some of that. And I finished a sweater for myself, also in Malabrigo Rios. This is the Piedras color, and this yarn has actually been in my stash since 2015. It was like a really good dye lot that we got in here, and I was just like, I need it. And so this is Basic V by Minami Knit Design. And it's just super basic, but she does like the super long ribbing on the cuffs, and it's a 1x1 twisted rib, and it's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's a little more craft than I usually do, but I'm trying to try a slightly different style, and it's all done except for weaving in a couple ends. But I'm gonna block it first and then weave in the ends in case I decide that I need more length.
Could make it super form fitted and extend that up too.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Have like that weird, not weird, but like retro-ish
Yeah.
body of a sweater.
No, I'll even try it on for you guys. So it hits, right, so my hip bones are right here. It hits at the hip bones, which is a little shorter than I usually do. But it's cozy.
Cozy.
What do you think?
Yeah, very cute.
So that's it. And a bunch of people in the shop group ended up knitting it because it's such a good pattern. So Yana knitted it in Wool Dreamers Mota, which is again by Wool Dreamers but a different line, and one of our regulars knitted it with Yin and Yang loop, and actually did the cuffs and the ribbing in the complementary color, which I think is really cool. Cool way to play with it. Yeah. So that's what I've got going on here.
Yeesh. We forgot to say, I forgot to tell them my patterns that I'm wearing, but I think I've worn this before anyways.
You have, but it is the Once and For All by Max Sear.
Yes, it is. And they have socks. I don't normally knit socks, but my painting brick socks-ish with dirty soles.
And as the last thing, I went to the New England Farm to Fiber this weekend at Boston Public Market, and it was pretty small, but it was nice to see some old friends. And I picked up this yarn by Bloom Woolen Yarns. And so this is root, not just stock yarn, that's 90% wool and mohair, and it's natural dyed. And this one is their Solstice, which is a light DK, which is wool and mohair. And so I just thought these were really lovely.
Yeah.
Smell the wool fumes. It's a thing.
I just feel like they have high school programs for this. Don't smell the wool fumes. Sing a song about it so your parents can watch it.
I think that you're just not sticking your face in there enough. It's so good.
So that happened. We're talking about look at my holes and shove this in your face. Wow. Okay. Great episode held by us.
Well, we hope you're glad that we're back.
We're going to chop this part. Disclaimer, this is meant for people above the age of 18. There are innuendos and references that people under the age of 18 may not see as appropriate. Parents, please guide your children's eyes away from the screen.
I'm definitely going to splice this and put this at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. Look at my holes.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Let us know what you've been up to and what you want to hear from us since it's been a while. And it's great to be back. Bye everyone.
Bye.